Hey y'all, welcome to the build breakdown video of my Traxxas Rustler VXL 4x4 2.0. This is the second gen. This is the chassis that fits the 3S battery. And let me tell you what, it's an excellent RC car. I think it's the best bang for the buck so far out of all the money I've spent on RCs over the years. I like it better than the E Revo. I loved my E Revo. Of course, you're gonna love your E Revo. That thing is just devastating in whatever you're doing. But E Revos break all the time. We're all figuring this out. The E Revo 2.0 just fell short when it came to the structure of the truck. I mean, the ball cap. I've had ball caps failing after I fixed the push rod and shock extension issue, which turns out it's actually the skid plates on the E Revo that cause that issue. But it's more to do with the fact that they just put really long control arms and really big tires on a chassis that can't take it. So I thought I could do it better, and I did. I got it. Guess to start with the truck here. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the 540 XL Haas motor that bolts right onto your Rustler 2.0. I then had to do the aluminum motor mount because of things twisting and being weird back here. I don't have them yet, but I will be doing aluminum diff cases. I changed it to a 32 pitch gear and put the full metal center diff in it, running 500K diff oil from this brand. So that's the brand of fluids that I'm using. I don't try to mix my brands up. They're all different. 32 pitch gear is what that thing is running on the motor now because it has a 5 mil shaft. EC fan is not needed on this setup. It runs cool. I think it does 45 mile an hour. I have it geared with a 52 or 54 spur and a 15 pinion. We're running 15 weight diff oil in the rear, 30 weight diff oil in the front to compensate for the larger tires. Obviously, bigger tires have more weight, so you're going to need heavier diff fluid. Same thing with the shocks. I ran 50 weight in all the shocks for summertime because it's going to get warm out. They're a little slow for my liking. I like them to be faster. I put beefier springs on, the blue ones. Originally comes with blues in the front. This one did, but it had reds in the rear. I put blues in the rear because bigger, heavier motor, metal gears, stuff like that. And I also always run 3S, so bigger battery, heavier battery. What else did I do? I put the 2075X metal geared Traxxas servo. I like those best. If you finagle with it right out of the package, make sure that it's watertight. You won't have a problem with it. I've submerged this truck several times. You can tell by the rust on everything. But as long as you keep up with your bearings, $10 for a tube for the rear. It's a little more expensive to redo the bearings in the diff, the carrier, and the motor, but I put new bearings in this thing all the time. I do, because I run it in the water. And yes, I keep a servo in hand because sometimes I ruin those too. And this thing here, but this thing's been completely watertight so far. Haven't had any water in it yet. Haven't even had to rebuild the Valenian yet because it's a slower spinning engine motor. It just works better. It just works better. I mean, the torque curve that this motor makes here is perfect for this truck with the larger wheels on it, which I think are 8 scale truggy wheels. I'm not sure what the size is of those. But this is getting changed. I'm not going to be using these very much longer. I'm getting E Revo conversions for the hubs. And then we're going to run the 17 millimeter hex for the hubs. Because these don't get these. These are expensive. And they just get smashed on the shaft. You can't get it off, and then you pry it off, and then it's all boogered up. Whatever. If you got to tighten your wheels up to the point where you got to have metal here, then they're too tight. Something's wrong. What else? Hardened shock rods. Big deal. That's a big deal. I buy the hardened shock rods. I think they are X long and XX long in the rear. I don't know. You'll have to consult your professional for that. But hardened shock rods make these Ultra Shocks yes, perfect. I like them. I've never broken one after that. I mean, I break shock caps sometimes, but it's $3 for 2 shock bodies, and it's $4 for a set of caps. I would rather my stuff break here than stressing everything else out. Besides, if you rip that shock cap off, it's probably because you drove it into something. But the aluminum camber blocks, meh. Yeah, I like them. They did not fit the RPM bearing carrier. They did not. So I'm still running stock bearing carriers. I wanted to run RPM bearing carriers in this because they've made some improvements since my last video. And they actually hold bearings pretty nice. Actually, they hold bearings better on this truck than the stock ones. I'm running RPM lower control arms just because they're nicer looking. They don't hold the dirt in as bad. I don't like how flexible they are. I kind of want to go back to the stock plastic compound because it's not as flexy, but it's okay. These bigger wheels, it gained some of that loppy dogness of the E Revo 2.0, but not too bad. I don't break shocks, I don't break push rods, and I'm not breaking ball caps all the time anymore. I also don't have half of my back seat of my car full of RC car anymore. I can just throw this thing anywhere. But what else? Well, I know I'm missing something, but there's always going to be another video. I'll get it covered. All in all, the drive shafts. So, eBay, Integi, drive shafts on the rear are holding up. I like these drive shafts. I like the design. They're quiet. They're holding up real nice. But the front ones separated. For some reason, this little sleeve right here come undone and it disappeared. So I have that end and that end, nothing in the middle. The front ones were full fail. They broke, I think, after the second run. The first one went, the second one was going. I said, bleh. I ran it till it broke. So now I'm running factory. Well, the good HD gray plastic drive shafts from Traxxas up front. They hold up real well. However, when I use my self-righting, it will snap the knuckle right off. That's got to be taken care of then. I want to get another set of these, but I got to do something with them to make them not fall apart. What else did I do? I mean, other than the 32 pitch gear conversion and the center diff conversion and the 540XL motor and EC conversion running on 3S, I don't think I really did a whole lot to this truck other than fluid tuning. Like I said, I added heavier springs in the rear. You don't even need to. That's all personal preference. I mean, I want the truck to trick, so I like stiff suspension. So it pulls nice wheelies and bicycles and stoppies and all that. Did I cover the tires? I think I did cover the tires. Yeah. Durtrax C2 Lockup MTs is what these are. They are true bead lock. I love these tires. I love these tires. The rims are a little soft and gooey, but I haven't had a problem with them, and they've been abused. What else? Well, I think that's about it. Future mods are going to be the aluminum diff cases. An aluminum drive shaft that doesn't fall apart. Maybe. We'll see. If I'm only breaking these once in a while, then fine. But I really do want my self-riding to work because I'm like that. I want the truck needs to function exactly how it did when it came out of the box, even after all the mods I've done. These aluminum hexes, no. Negative. Don't like those. Pain in my ass. RPM control arms, I like them. I tried to get the aluminum bulkheads. I bought aluminum bulkheads for it. Turns out that the second gen chassis has a different pitch back here. Something's different. It will bolt on. I guarantee you will have diff issues and center driveline issues. It just doesn't. Something's not right. Anyway, good news. I had an old first gen Rustler that those ended up on. Russell, you've seen them. That covers it, man. Yeah. Check it out. Build one of your own. I promise you'll like it. Like I said, torque curve on this motor, excellent. Top speed is like 45 mile an hour. I can make it go a hell of a lot faster just by gearing it up. But I built it to trick. I built it to lug around through tall grass, drive up trees, and run into stuff and do backflips. So there it is. Catch me next time.